Holy shit, guys. Just in, I was waking up to do a little bit of exercise and then preparing for work later. And as I am waking up, I just check my phone super quickly and I see notification from Nintendo, Twitter, something about Zelda, something. And I'm like, what the hell? So, yeah, I had to. Drip a little bit of water on my face so I don't look like I'm still sleeping. But I had to check this thing out. So yeah, I can see it right here. It's Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity and Hyrule Warrior, and there's two videos, the trailer, and there's I guess like the uh, developer I don't know, interview or something like that. And well, I have to say first of all that I played Hyrule Warriors. I had it. I got it like for very very cheap at the end of the Wii U's life during that 2016 year where there was basically nothing for the Wii U. The only thing that launched was Star Fox Zero, which was also kind of a mixed bag. I mean, I liked parts of it, but yeah, not everybody was super happy about it. And the rest of the year, I used it to play Xenoblade X most of the year. But yeah, I got a high reward like super cheap, and not super cheap but cheap enough. And it's I'm not really into Muso games, warriors type of games where you just have to you have the three combos, and you use them all the time to try to capture as many enemies on your finishers. But I don't know, it was a good time waster. uh this one is set the on the Breath of the Wild timeline now. This will be like maybe canon. I don't know. Let's watch the trailer first. I think that's the idea.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a
Okay,
primal
okay.
evil that has endured over the ages.
I
That
think you
looks
are now
good. That looks
ready.
better than
Ready to hear what happened
Breath of the Wild, like
100 years
visually at
ago.
least. Like the lightning, mostly. Okay, okay. Remix, Mifa. Destruction. Oh, there's Impa, no? Is that Impa? Frame rate. Okay. Oh, that looks nice. Soras. Looks visually it looks better than Breath of the Wild. Well,
I
given that
must
it's not an open world
protect
game.
everyone.
November 20. Holy shit. So yeah, out of nowhere, next update 9/26. Okay. Out of nowhere. Uh yeah, I mean, I guess it's not going to be an open world, so they can polish the graphics, is they're going to be rendering more characters, but maybe less physics and all that kind of stuff. I mean, shit burns on Breath of the Wild all the time, so maybe it's that, or or they just optimize. It seems to be the same engine and the same from Breath of the Wild. So yeah, maybe they just polish it. Uh, it fares well for the Breath of the Wild 2. Okay, so let's watch this. Watch this developer something something.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, the producer of the Legend of Zelda series.
My boy, AG.
We mentioned in the June 2019 Nintendo Direct presentation that we had started development on the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Many people around the world are still playing Breath of the Wild, so I'd like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Everyone, thank you so much.
I started a challenge
Regarding the sequel, in
but I
order
haven't
to
been
make
able
the
to keep
vast
up.
world you enjoyed exploring in the original game even more impressive, the team is working hard on its development, so you'll have to wait a bit longer before we can provide more updates. In the meantime, we've prepared
Yeah,
a different way
no
for
rush.
you to experience the world of Hyrule, and we have a video to introduce it. Please take a look.
It's going to be the same.
history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Ganon. a
Okay, but,
primal evil that has endured
I don't know.
through the
Zelda, you're going to be using Zelda,
I think
but
you are
since
now
she's supposed
ready.
to be to unlock her
Ready to
powers
hear what happened
until after,
100 years ago.
like when Link's about to die, that's when she unlocks her power. But other than that, I guess yeah, everything checks out. Yeah, you get to play with the champions. That's the cool part. Oh, so far everything is cool. Fighting against those things, and Impa, young Impa, that's going to be interesting. Maybe she's playable too. As you can see, frame rate suffers a little bit there with the specials, as usual for Musou games on Switch. So you're gonna watch all of them die? That's going to be interesting. Or is it going to end before they get to
I must protect
to their divine beasts?
everyone.
What you just saw is the game that Koei Tecmo Games is developing, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. This game takes place 100 years before the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. In that game, the Great Calamity that occurred 100 years prior was mentioned, but the actual event itself wasn't shown in full. In this game, you'll be able to experience the events of the Great Calamity. So now, I would like to invite Koei Tecmo Games producer Mr. Hayashi to join me here.
Same guy, no, the same guy from Hyrule Warriors.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yosuke Hayashi from Koei Tecmo Games and the producer of this game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity began when Mr. Aonuma approached us saying, I think it would be interesting to create a Warriors game telling the story of the Great Calamity. What do you think? The battles between the Kingdom of Hyrule and Calamity Ganon would complement Warrior-style gameplay against large armies. The previous Hyrule Warriors games were filled with Zelda conventions.
Yeah, look at the difference in the
The Legend
engine.
of Zelda Breath of the Wild broke these conventions entirely, and perhaps it's the same for everyone here, but for someone like me, who's been playing Zelda games for a long time, this was an extraordinary experience. It's a new, special title for me. Unlike the previous Hyrule Warriors games, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was developed by working closely with the Zelda team in every step of the process, including gameplay direction, graphics, world, and all dialogue. And while we maintained the distinct gameplay style of the Warriors series, with exciting 1 versus 1,000 battles and a wide variety of playable characters, this became the only game that will let you experience the world 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of
Yeah,
Zelda
yeah.
Breath of the Wild.
Nice
First
that
Wind.
they are like working very closely.
Thank you, Mr. Hayashi. During the development of the previous Hyrule Warriors games, I was impressed with how the Warriors development team, led by Mr. Hayashi, had a deep understanding of the Legend of Zelda series. This time around, they made it possible to create this new experience by combining the well-detailed world of Breath of the Wild with Warriors gameplay. Therefore, I believe this game will offer the experience of the great Calamity battles that
So yeah,
weren't fully
Koei
shown in
Tecmo.
the original game. I hope that both those who played the previous Hyrule Warriors games and those who played The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild can experience this game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity will launch on November 20th.
Anymore.
Thank you for your continued support for The Legend of Zelda and this game.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause here
Wild can
because
experience this game.
it's a cool
Hyrule
frame.
Warriors Age of Calamity will launch.
So yeah, it seems like oh, and there's a little thing here. It's like a mini garden or something. So yeah, there you can see the divine beast there. It will be interesting how they approach this story wise. There's going to be some inconsistencies, of course, with the Breath of the Wild lore, if you can say that. But that's okay. Oh, I'm fairly excited. Like I said, I played the first Hyrule Warriors, and I played other Muso games. I remember at the beginning of the Xbox 360, there was this game, uh, 100. What was the name? But it was a Muso games with women dressing with very lightly dressed women. But yeah, uh, I'm not big on the gameplay of those games. I play most of my games because I enjoy the gameplay. Uh, Obviously, I also like that it looks nice and good art direction and music. I mean, as a whole, you know. But usually, what hooks me really to games is how good they play, you know? Or how much they click with me and gameplay wise. So yeah, the Musu games are not like my biggest hook. It's not they don't hook me like so much. In fact, the Hyrule Warriors, I just did the story part. I unlocked every character, played within a little bit, and that's it. I didn't do the challenge. There was challenges, you know. There was a it was an interesting mode, but it was just like mission based, where there was the Zelda, the first Zelda map, you know, from Hyrule, the NES one, and every secret in that game was like transported you to a battle and in the Hyrule Warriors engine, and it was fun for a little bit, but like I said, just using the same combo once again every time, and then they restrict you what you can use. Sometimes you can only use like bombs or certain characters. So yeah, I can't say that I'm like a super huge fan of that. I'm like super excited about this game being a Moso type of game. But at least lore wise, or it looks a little bit better. I guess we have to see more. I have to wait until the 9. What it says, September 26th, so we can see a little bit more. But I mean, immediately more attached to these characters. Like I was very excited that those brief cutscenes on the Breath of the Wild, with Urbosa and Mipha. They were cool. So, and they are a little bit more different than the. Well, no, I'm lying there because yeah. There was a big amount of difference between characters on the first Hyrule Warriors. I'm guessing Impa is also going to be playable, or maybe she's going to be DLC or something like that, because they like doing DLCs with this type of games. But I have to say I'm mildly excited, which is more than I can most of the time I can say about spin-offs. But yeah, this looks at least interesting, and well, it doesn't hurt that the game looks visually pretty good. Like I said, there was a bit of hiccup, uh, especially with Zelda. I think it was here. It's a few frames there, but yeah, usually that happens with the Musou games when they you have the like big attacks, the combo finishers. That looks, for example, that doesn't seem to have any problem. Neither that one, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see it. And yeah, who am I kidding? I'm going to be buying this thing. Uh, Overall, I think the lineup of this year is obviously from Nintendo. It's a lot lighter than last year. Um, People have been like disappointed or even angry, which is very weird to me. Being disappointed, I understand, but actually angry is like what the hell. But yeah, I mean, we have the Super Mario collection, which is limited and it has a few improvements. Not what everybody or most people uh, wished for. Not saying expected because we didn't expect anything. Like we didn't know about that thing. Then there's the Pikmin remake. Well, not remake, the port Pikmin 3. Port. Pikmin 3 is a very very good game. If you have never played that game, you should try it. Especially three. I think three is definitely my favorite of the Pikmin games. And now this one. So that's three games, and of course we're gonna have DLC. So we're gonna have at least one character. I think from Smash. I think they are maybe they've been delayed a little bit because of the COVID. I think that's the one game that I imagine has been impacted by COVID because, well, yeah, the Smash is like a super difficult game to test. There's so many variables, but yeah, and there's also the Pokemon second DLC. I haven't started Pokemon. I have it since launch, and I haven't started it, but I will one day. And now this game, which is a spin-off of a very very successful game. So I think it's light for sure, the lineup, but now it's looking a lot better, with Super Mario in like next week. Another game that I'm not bothering with. I love Super Mario 64. I love Mario Galaxy. I actually never played Sunshine, but I really like those games. But I played them. I played them a lot. Uh, and I don't really need uh, play them they play them again. And it's also weird how people like Switch could be like the best console if it had like all the ports from previous Nintendo consoles. But I mean, if they gave them for free, sure. Or what? I think the subscription based stuff is not bad. I don't think it's bad. How do I say, the price for the subscription that gives you SNES and the NES game is not bad. You know, I wish they were for free, but I mean, I can wish for a lot of things. But those people think, oh no, every game should be available on Switch. I mean, from the previous consoles. Yeah, I mean, if resources, if they didn't have to develop them, to fine tune them for newer consoles, sure, why not? But other than that, I don't really see the point. I think the people who wanted to play them have already played them. If not, they haven't played them. There are like a million ways to play them. So it's not like a big priority to me, and clearly it's not for Nintendo either. But yeah, those are just my opinions. Overall, I think this game looks pretty good. Looks very above average. I don't want to see like a say like it's going to be a classic or whatever, but it seems like it's a very good effort, and we'll see in about 2 weeks. That's when they're going to show more, I guess. And I just hope the performance they are not the performance that it doesn't dip below uh, 30 frames per second too often. I guess that would be like my only hope. But we'll see in a couple of weeks. So thank you guys for watching this, and I'll be streaming. I usually stream at night around 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. If you get the time to catch up, is Dr. Blitz K, Twitch dot slash Dr. Blitz K, Blitz K. So I hope you can uh, you can see me one day around there. I play everything. Right now, I'm doing a Mass Effect trilogy playthrough for some reason. I just wanted to play Mass Effect. So, yep. Thank you very much, guys, and see you guys next time.